All right, I got a kit here that was sent into the channel. This was given to me by MakerFabs. So MakerFabs link will be down at the bottom if you want to buy one of these things. It is a smart clock. We'll look at the box, but it comes with a very nice guide. So there's a link on their website to this particular project. It's open source. It's on GitHub. You can hack it. Everything is open source, so it's great. It is a little clock, and I believe it's Wi-Fi controlled. It has an ESP32. And if I'm not mistaken, it also tells the weather. The guide is really nice. It tells you how to solder. So if you've never built a kit before, it tells you how to put in components, how to run a soldering iron, things you might need, how to put things together. Yes, it is Wi-Fi controlled, and is open hardware firmware. If you'd like to program and download update firmware, here's the link. Here's their link on their GitHub page. It is Arduino IDE based, so you're going to have to be able to program in IDE environment. So if you've run Arduinos before, this will be pretty straightforward. If not, it'll be a bit of a challenge. You have to install libraries and upload code and do things like that. I don't know if it has a USB connector or not. Yeah, it has a USB connector, so I think you don't need any type of hardware to be able to run this thing. You can do it right over the USB connector. Yeah, let's take a look at the schematic here. I know this is going to be terrible on camera. It's very, very small, but there's an ESP, there's a charger circuit. Is there a battery? Maybe there's there's a battery connector. I don't know if it comes with batteries. It's battery connector, voltage regulator, so you can either do it AC or with battery. USB to serial converter, so that's built in. So you can program it with the USB. There's some LEDs. Here's the ESP, and then there's some kind of display on it. It looks like I think it's an I2C display, and switches and stuff. So it's really, really, really simple. So let's open the box. Oh, lots of little bags inside and stuff. Let's get it onto a tray. It does come with a battery. Comes with a 3.7 volt, 450 milliamp battery. That's pretty healthy. Here's the display. Okay. Oh, everything's kind of an individual package. Look at this. This is a great beginner's kit, right? Everything's labeled, so you don't have to figure things out. These are the 4.7Ks. These are the 1Ks. Yeah, 100 nanofarad. Very nice. Very nice kit. All right, so we've got lots of packages here. Odds and ends, switches and buzzers and stuff. And here's the little case. It comes with a little acrylic case. Even has MakerFab on it. And then here is here's the board. So yeah, it looks like some of it's already assembled. All right, where's my knife? Yeah, there's a bunch of surface mount parts already put on here. So there's still some through hole that we have to supply, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 surface mount parts that are already put down for you. Yeah, ESP Expressive, ESP32-R room, W room, WROOM-32. You can see the little antenna built in for the Wi-Fi. Yeah, looks like a nice little board. Oh, a little switch on the side here too. On and off switch. All right, let's put down some parts. Now the component values are not on the board, so we will have to go between the schematic and the values to know what to put where. All right. Let's get out the schematic so we can figure out what goes where. Maybe there's a parts list that makes it easier. Yeah, there's a parts list designator here, so it says the designator, what R1 is a 1K resistor, that kind of thing. So we'll just use that. That's much easier. All right, well, let's do R1. R1 is 1K. We'll do all of the 1Ks first. They'll all come in this little bag here. There are quite a few of them. Okay, the way that I like to do these things is if you try to pull the tape off, you end up with a gummy residue on the leads that will mess up your PC boards. What I generally do is I kind of crumple them up like this, and I'll take my cutters and I will just snip off all of the stuff on one side. I'll get rid of all of those, and I'll turn it over and I'll snip off all the stuff on this side, and now I have just resistors, okay? And they're nice and clean. They don't have any of that tape residue on them. All right, R1 is here. R2. R7. Where's R7? Here it is. R11. All right, before we put too many on, I think we'll solder these down. A lot of times if you put too many parts on the board, then things get in the way of each other. So sometimes less is more. That's not what they say. I don't know. All right. All right, now we did R11 last, R12. And R18. We have a whole bunch of 1Ks left over. It's like they give you way more than you need. I don't know. Took Leo to the park this morning, and he played with a dog that he knows there, a big Samoyed dog, big fluffy white dog, giant fluffy white dog, kind of outsizes him about 3 to 1. That's okay, he plays rough with him. I guess we don't need this 1K resistors, and this big fluffy white dog's named Casper. Casper the Friendly Ghost, great name for the dog. I don't know what I need all those 1Ks for. I'll put them over there. All right, now we need a 2K. And we only need one of those, but we get 2 in the bag. It's almost like we get double everything. It's kind of weird. All right. This one is R8. R8. have to go to the dentist tomorrow. I got a crown that went bad, so I have to remove that one and make a mold for the new one. There's a process. Do they CNC those things anymore, or they just mold them? Yeah, they're just silicone molds or whatever. Now we need a 4.7K. Of course, the dentist is back in business now that the pandemic is winding down. R3, there it is. R6. R9. R10. Oops, that fell out. Very excited about a package I'm receiving tomorrow. 56 pounds of goodness. It's an old HP instrument, 56 pounds, goodness. Coming from Portland. Got a screaming deal on it if it's working. I don't know if it works or not. But that will be a good project. It hinges on several things. It's if it works to begin with, it needs to be modified to do a different thing in hardware. And then, believe it or not, even old instruments way back in the Wayback days are software hackable. And yeah, this one's software hackable to upgrade it into a different thing. So we shall see if I was very, very clever or threw my money away. All right, and we got a bunch of 4.7s left over. Well, yeah, we got double the amount. Weird. We have twice as many as we need in each bag. All right, now we have 10Ks, and 10Ks go into R5. Where's R5? R4, there we go, R5. R6. Went out to dinner last night and R5. Wait a minute. R14. R14. I had fried calamari. It was the worst fried calamari I've ever had. Told the when the bill came, I told him, "Yeah, take that off. I'm not paying for that." which he did. I don't think it was the first time. Wow, it was real rubbery. Super, super rubbery.
I heard you had fun.
He had lots of fun with Casper.
Are we recording?
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's okay. I just blabber on, blah, 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 blah. All right. R6, yeah. Okay, so we've got double the amount again. Wow. I don't know what they expect you to do. It's like get 2 tries at every resistor. I don't know. You can build your own with all the parts left over. Okay, let's see here. 470K. No, 470 ohms. 470 ohms. Yeah, I've got 2 of those. I only need 1. Get double everything. R4. R4. It's probably the one that's the only one left. That'd be my guess. Just a guess. Okay, now we work on the C's. 10 microfarads. Got a lot of those. Interesting. Need 4 of those. Yeah, and we got 8. Wow. Okay. C1 is right there. So the long lead goes in the plus hole. Okay. All right. C3. C4. C5. All right. Bend these over. Now on these, what I like to do is I like to bend over just one leg, okay? And then I'm going to solder them twice. I'm going to solder them once, and then I'm going to push on them and make sure they're seated to the board. And then once they're seated to the board, I'm going to solder the other side. So I guess I solder it 3 times. So we solder just one leg of each. Oops, didn't get any solder now. There we go. Okay, so each one only has one solder. I'm going to push underneath, and I'm going to push that, move it, and I'm holding it against the PC board and waiting for the solder to go to its solid state. And then I'm sure that all of them will be nice and pretty on the other side. But we always double check. Turn it over. All capacitors are nice and flat. Then we can come back in and solder the other, oops, I don't want to smash that switch. Solder the other lead. They call them annulars. The solder pads on these are a little bit skimpy. They're a little bit hard to solder, so they're a bit tricky. That's too bad. They should make those, especially for beginners. Beginners will have problems with those tiny little solder pads. All right. And the next thing we want to put in is 100 nanofarads. I need 2 of those, and we got 4. All right, 2 of those, otherwise known as a 104, otherwise known as a 0.1 microfarad. C2. All right, let's see here. We've got everything on there except for this side. This side, So we put everything on this side. Now we have to do that side, which is the buzzer and the buttons and the display. So they all go on the back side of the board. So let's turn it over. Yeah, when you're building this thing, be careful not to put things on the wrong side. That would not make for a good day. Yes, we all want a good day. Oops, it's got a little bit bent. Right. Yeah, if Maker Fab is listening, if you do another kit, make sure the solder annulars are a little bit bigger, especially if you're aiming for, you know, people who aren't very experienced at building kits and stuff. If they're just a little bit bigger, the solder will stick to them better. If they were all about the size of these, of this strip here, these are pretty good annulars here, but the other ones can be quite small. So change your package outlines to be a bit bigger. Okay, let's put on the buzzer. Although I hate buzzers, I'll put one on anyway. I can always remove it. Okay, those are on. They come with little caps, so put the caps on. Kind of an unnecessary addition, but nice. I have a nice addition. All right, got that. All right, and the other thing is the display. What kind of display did they give us? ST7735 tells you what driver to download. 128 by 128 TFT LCD, 1.44 inches. So that thing goes over here. And let's see if they want you to space this or put it down straight. It does come with a couple extra of these things, so I don't know how they want you to do this. Maybe if they maybe some of these displays don't come with headers attached. That could be. Let's take a look at the mechanical assembly. I would say, yeah, it just goes down flat. Okay, we will do that. We will just solder it on. All right. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to solder one pin, and then we will get it nice and straight. See, it's tipping down too much right now. Tipping down too much. So let's see here. Let's kind of hold it in the vise like this. And while we heat it, I will make it go nice and parallel to the PC board there. That's better. All right. If they give you something to space on the other side or not. Yeah, I don't know. There's a there's a place there for a screw if you need to put one in, I guess. I don't know. We'll find out. Just solder these down. So if you have hands that shake, I have hands that shake. I always hold my hand against the vise here, and I'll hold my finger against the PC board here, and then I don't shake as much. I still shake, but I don't shake as much. And I can feel it this morning. I'm shaking more than normal, so I don't know why. But I'm just that way. Been that way forever. As long as I can remember. Okay, so we'll leave that on there. And we can put the little case on now, I guess. Let's see how that's going to work out. There's one here. It goes like that, and there's one on the bottom. So if we can get the... These are the hardest things. I use an X-Acto to try to grab these protective layers. Yeah, that one's starting to come up. These are so hard. They're super thin too, so it's hard to get a blade underneath them. Okay. All right, got one of them. Take your time, because you'll get things left over like that. Then you have to go in and grab those. Okay. Ah, shoot. This one's not cooperating. All right. Sometimes you can use another piece of tape to try to pull these up, but there's only a couple of them, so I'll fight with them. Okay, that one off. Oh, come on. This is probably underneath, you won't see it anyway, but no, it's the right side. These are so frustrating. There we go. There we go. Done. All right. Let's get some screws and stuff. Let's take the protective layer off this. All right. And let's see here. What's in camera? What's in camera? Okay. And then this will go on the bottom, I guess. And I guess that's a good spacing on that side. There's a good spacing on this side. Right. There's barely enough room for these. Right. And no, I didn't have coffee in the morning. I just shake. That's magnetic and picking up things. All right. Guess it doesn't matter what way we put this on. Okay, I think we're done. All right, so that'll be the end of part one. Part two will be getting the firmware working. So, so far it looks really clean, looks really nice. It does look ugly with that sticker on there. Okay, I'll remove the sticker. I'm going to regret this, but I'm going to pull the sticker off just so it make it look nice. Usually too loud for my taste. You can still push the buttons, and it says Makerfabs on the bottom. Very nice. Sell your brand. All right, so on here we can get access to the USB, and there's a little on-off switch. And there is a couple buttons right in here that are hidden. There's two hidden buttons. Interesting. So yeah, it'll be fun, part two.